Good morning. I'm PolarizedMoon, and welcome to welcome to my YouTube Shell Shockers playlist. This will be the last episode in the regularly scheduled Shell Shockers content. Just to clarify, that does not mean this will be the last Shell Shockers video on the channel. Very likely I will do updates when there are major updates, not new additions, not new maps, not new skins, but when there's like new weapons or new guns, or when there's a new game mode, or when the game finally gets released to 1.0, things like that. If there's a major change, like the lighting system or the graphics or something like that, or maybe even the UI has a big update, I will do update videos moving forward. But this is the last one of the regularly scheduled monthly episodes. And for I guess, a little finale here, someone commented that they want me to go over and review kind of the entire series as a whole. And I thought, that's a great idea, kind of wrapping it all up in a little nice bundle. This is the 100th regularly scheduled episode that I've produced. I know that I know right here it says 107 on the list here. That's because some of them are streams, some of them are not regularly scheduled content, things like that. This is, I internally keep a numbering system for all of my videos. This is the 100th one that I've produced that is regularly scheduled, put up at a certain time, at a certain date, and everything. I know a couple of them have been removed. One of them I took down because while I was recording, it was like a very early one, while I was recording, there was some really unsavory language in the chat log, and I did not spot it while I was playing or while I was recording, or while I was playing or recording or editing, and instead of going through and cutting that out or whatever, I just deleted the video because it was really annoying. And that was when I started to, actually, we'll just go into it. That was when I started to turn off the chat system. So here's all the videos that I have in this playlist. This includes everything all the way back down to the Casual Friday videos. So we're going to start here. Oh my God. This was back in when I was recording from a bedroom. Good morning. And I was manually covering up the ads with my in my editing software. So like this ad here, I was cutting out a black box and I was covering up that. So history here. This is about 2 weeks after I first discovered the game. Every time I do a Casual Friday video, which is to explain the Casual Friday series, being the second longest series on the channel, I look for every Friday, I look for a new video, a new game to play that either I don't think will work for a full series, or it's a very small company that maybe the game needs a little bit of a boost, or it's just a game that I only feel like would be usable for one video, things like that. This is a very great line or face to put myself on there. Yeah, so
I'm PolarizedMoon.
That's how this series started. There was this one, and this one didn't really get that big of a viewership right away. I know it does now, but it didn't at the time. And actually, this is not the first time that this game showed up on my channel. I played it for a charity stream. Like a week prior to this. That video or that stream is deleted because I accidentally deleted it. I was trying to download it so that I could edit it down into a smaller video, and I accidentally deleted it because I'm a moron sometimes, and that's how that goes. But yeah, this back here, it's this frame right here that I've got covering up. There's an open closet over there that I used to cover that up. But yeah, that was my backdrop frame for a long time. And that's what's back here. There's a bed behind there and everything. And now I'm in this office, and we'll probably get to when I switch over to that at some point. But yeah, this was the first, let me turn down the volume in my headphones.
PolarizedMoon, and welcome to Casual Friday, the day where I play
Oh my god,
casual
the
games
audio
in casual
was
clothes.
terrible.
Today
And look
I'm
how
playing a
close
game that I've actually
my
been playing
face
a lot in my
is to
free
the
time
camera.
lately.
Well, it's because
it's
so
called
like
Shell Shockers. It's a game where
the deal was here. I didn't have this desk. I had a different desk. I had all sorts of different stuff going on. But like for this to work, I had to be like right here because the thing was like right behind me. So I had to be really close, and I couldn't zoom out like I can now. And obviously, I have all this room to do anything with, so it's not a huge problem anymore. I actually crop and zoom I crop and zoom my face cam actually a little bit closer. As you can see, the login screen is way different.
where it's an FPS. That's how like life works. We're gonna get it in play.
Oh, I forgot about this loading screen.
Turning on, and I'm. Oh, that guy just spawned in again.
Yeah. So.
Oh, where's that?
All sorts of
the wall.
Great stuff. Oh man, the lighting is so different now.
Hello.
That's amazing.
Likes from halfway across the map. I'm really good with the sniper rifle. I'm not.
I'm really good. I'm not really good. I'm moderately okay. But after having played for 2 weeks, I thought, oh, I'm really good at this game. And now I know I'm just kind of average. But that was me not knowing anything about the game at the time. Yeah, so let's go back and let's take a look at, so after that first video came out, a couple of people saw it and they wanted me to do a follow-up and play the other game mode. So at the time, the only other game mode was this one, which was the teams mode. And as you can, I've got my old headphones. These are Razors. I will never buy a pair of Razer headphones ever again. They are terrible. They fell apart multiple times. Like eventually I had to like tape them together. It was really bad. But now I've got these, which are a really nice pair of studio quality headphones. Yeah, once again, I am still, did they not have the live thing in the previous episode? This was like a month later or something like that. But a couple of people wanted me to come back and do teams mode, so I did, and I came back and I did that. Apparently, a lot of people have watched this segment right here.
So I'm gonna. Could you?
Oh, this is where.
Okay,
they're skipping
faster.
into
Matchmaker offline.
like me actually playing the game.
Hold
of
on,
course.
turn off chat.
I forgot that I can like.
Let's try again.
Oh, you know
there
what?
We go. We got in.
I wanna go back and see. I didn't even think about this, but now YouTube has that thing where you can see where the most replayed section is, in a video, on some videos. And I'm assuming, this one doesn't have it.
That's one thing. Immediately when you're
That's weird.
I
don't know why.
Out in the open.
I don't know why some do and some don't. But this one right here, I believe, was my first.
Good morning.
Yeah. So now I've got my suit on because my suit indicates that I'm wearing. It's a regularly scheduled video, other than a Casual Friday video. So now from here on out, and I did make sure that anytime I tried to cover up ads if they weren't related to the company that made the game. So this one I left here because it was related in content, so I thought that was a good idea. And this one was my first like
an ad. I'm gonna cut it out of the video, and then I'll have a little bit of the bonuses from this, so you guys can.
Oh, that's
but
right. I forgot about that.
Which it gives you some of the bonuses for a golden chicken for like an hour after you watch a video. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna watch a.
Yeah, that was really annoying to like edit out those.
Oh, everybody is in the way.
Those videos and stuff. Oh man.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I think the servers are being reset.
Yeah, there was an update in the middle of this, and I had to wait to come back.
I think the servers have been having issues.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I forgot about that. It's been a long time since I've played these. Okay, so let's see. This was my first dedicated Shell Shockers live stream, right here. Okay, I think I'm live. I haven't done a lot of streaming lately, so I keep forgetting at what point the. Oh man, this is. Uh-oh. This is nuts. Oh yeah, and once again,
whoa, okay.
There was very few people who wanted to join Yeah, so like these are all the people who were
Oh, there you are.
joining the black egg. Oh man, I forgot about that. One of the colors in the thing used to be a black color, and people got upset because when the black egg was being used, you can't see the cracks on the egg like you would normally, so you couldn't gauge how much damage the other person had. So a lot of people used that so that you wouldn't know how much HP they had left. And they changed it to, I believe it was one of the green colors. I don't remember. I'd have to actually look through. I'd actually have to look through this and see where that was. I don't even remember. But yeah, that was my first live stream. And then from here, I started. Yeah, I had like specials and trying out the new guns. So this was was this the first time the rocket launcher was added?
Good morning. I'm PolarizedMoon, and welcome back to Shell Shock. The egg exploder for the upwards of like 40 minutes. I played it for like 10 minutes when it first came out.
Yeah,
I played it for like 10 minutes.
Okay, so this is the egg exploder, the RPG. This is when it was first added, and it actually functioned fairly differently than it does now. It didn't have an arming distance. So, is my... Of course, we're frozen.
And I'm not re-recording it because I didn't do well. I'm re-recording it because the mechanics are different, and I don't want to have an episode come out today, and there was a change in the mechanics, and people are going to be like, oh, that's not how it works anymore.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I was just talking about that right now. So, when it first came out, it had no arming distance, and I believe it did change again after this video, but it had no arming distance. So what could happen was you could shoot a wall or the floor immediately in front of you, and it would blow up immediately, and you would die. You can still do that if you are jumping. I believe the only way you can kill yourself with the RPG now is if you're at on top of a ledge and you shoot it down and you jump down and you fire it while you're jumping down. I believe that's the only way you can do that now. Because you can still be damaged by the explosion. But the general radius of this is so that you can't fire it and it won't blow up. So if I remember correctly, there's three ways that it functioned. When it first came out, it was just you fire it, it blew up, didn't matter. And then they prevented it from firing if it wasn't a green reticle, so you couldn't fire it at all. And then the other way was you can fire it, but it won't explode unless it's gotten a certain distance from you. So if it was green, it would then explode, and things like that. So that's basically how that functioned, and this was during that. I am already doing much
better than I was before. I think on free-for-all mode,
I don't think you can fire it at all.
You just spawned in, but you're gonna kill me.
Yeah, you can't fire it. You can't fire it at all if it's not a green outline here. All right, let's move on. New map. And this is where I opened up my Discord server to let people join. And this is where I did my first so this was I opened up my Discord server and people could join from the Discord server. I stopped doing that because people would raid my Discord server with really, really bad, not good things. And a lot of the people on the Discord server were complaining, so I had to ban shell shockers from my Discord server. Just for the general safety of all the people on the Discord server. And that's kind of what he did here. This was my first giveaway. The devs gave me the astronaut helmet, and I did a live stream to give a bunch of them out. This is really funny because like the background image right here is the same one that I'm using for this. That's my banner on my YouTube channel. It's got my name behind it and all that. But yeah, it's really funny that it's just gonna double up here. That's great. So yeah, I had 30. Did I have 30 of those to give away. Do they still have tips of the day? I don't even. Yeah, tips of the day were great. I think I had 30 of them to give away, and I don't remember. Yeah, but that was the first item that I gave away. And then here was my Shell Shockers Minecraft map that I built. So this was a live build of the Shell Shockers map. And I was trying to make it so that you could play the game on there. So I had like speed boosts so that the game felt a little bit more accurate. I had jump boost so that the jump height would be as similar as possible. So this is blue, and this is the only one that I made. I wasn't sure if I wanted to come back and do more. I do have a fairly long Minecraft series on the channel if you want to go check that out. Right now I'm playing those with my fiance Luna, and Minecraft is great.
And you get healed up like you do in Shell Shockers.
Yeah. So I deliberately made it so that the game functions the same, which was pretty fun. I kind of liked that. That was great. I had more astronaut helmets to give away. Okay, this is when the first new game mode was added.
Good morning, I'm PolarizedMoon, and welcome back to Shell Shockers.
Oh my god, my audio is so bad. I still have my old mic, and which is actually the microphone that I have Luna using because I only have 2 mics. Yeah, so this is when the new game mode was added. Basically the capture the flag.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, all right. So they're right there.
Yeah, so this is when you've all played capture the flag in this game and many others. But this is the first episode that I released after that came out, so that was a big update.
So that's
and I believe this was the first like huge major change to the game after I started playing. Yeah, so there are changes after this, but this was the first big one that changed. And also the background color of this screen I believe is different now. They lightened it. It used to be a more dull blue. So there's a few changes there. Then we've got special, and then after this, I started getting to the point where the game started getting a little, the videos started getting a little boring. So I was like, you know what, let's do this up. So I started making little challenges and stuff. So like the pistol challenge, how many kills can I get with only the pistol?
Good morning, I'm PolarizedMoon, and
I don't remember how many I actually got, but I have now gotten 50 streaks with every weapon at minimum, and I've gotten over 100 with the crack shot and the free ranger. But I can at least get 50 with anything. Even with just grenades now. I've gotten just grenades 50 streaks. And that's kind of one of my philosophies about playing a game with multiple gameplay styles. Try to play all the gameplay styles. At least get decent with all of them. Because if you can play decently with all of them, that means you know the weaknesses of that gameplay style. So then you know how to counter it when you're playing against it. And that's generally how I like to play a lot of games like these that have multiplayer or multiple what's the word I'm looking for here? Multiple classes that you can play as, or multiple different styles. Things like that. That's generally how that functions. That's how I play that. This was the 4th of July video, which is really funny.
Good morning, I'm PolarizedMoon, and welcome to Eggpex Legends. It's
wearing my tan suit.
It's a brand new arena shooter game.
So yeah, it's brand new game. You have no idea how many people in the comments were really confused about this. It's like, this isn't a new game. This is just Shell Shockers. Like whoosh, first off. But yeah, no, the joke, like the first joke here was that I was wearing a different suit and a different tie. I have like 30 ties, and I've got like 12 different suit coats. I have 4 black suit coats, and yeah. But like, no, I was wearing it deliberately as opposite as I could. It was really funny. Yeah, but no, this was literally, the update here was literally they just changed the title screen, and that's it. It was pretty great. So this is 1v1 duel with, this was the first one, and I did with Gremlin or Tofu. So I did that. This is one of the only
Good morning.
two 1v1 matches that I've ever done in Shell Shockers. If you ever come across someone who says that they've done a 1v1 match with me, if they're not Tofu and they're not Blue Wiz, then they're not telling the truth. Because this is the only two that I've ever done. I still will do 1v1s through I still will do 1v1 matches through Patreon. But nobody's wanted to do that, so we've got that. Here was, I believe at the time, this 45 streak was my highest recorded streak on a video. So another thing here that a lot of people don't realize how I do these is that when a lot of people who play games like this, they will record hours and hours and hours of footage and then cut in only how well they play. I don't like doing that. I don't want to spend hours and hours and hours of game to get 20 minutes of gameplay. So 99% of the time, I literally just hit the play button or hit the record button and then hit the play button, and then whatever happens, happens. So if I'm playing poorly that day, or if there's a really good group of enemies on that map, then I get totally annihilated. And I think that is a little bit more, I always feel like that kind of thing is a little bit more honest. Because, for example, you get people like, super high-end players, and they all pretend like they never have a bad day. And it's like, oh, every single time I upload or record or something, it's always, this is how I always play. That's not true. No one always plays well. And I always thought that was a little disingenuous to pretend that. So I don't like doing that. If I were to do that, it would feel really dishonest. So like if I was having a really good day that day, I wouldn't just stop and start recording because I was playing well. It was just whatever was happening that day. I believe this was my first grenade thing. This was explaining why not to use the scope. Because of the general game mechanics mean that the scope is fairly useless in most cases. People will overuse the scope, or they'll do quick scopes, which doing a quick scope will actually decrease your chance of killing someone. Things like that. We got here's where the two new guns were introduced.
Good morning. This is going to be very similar to the other one, where if I fire in bursts, I'm gonna get slightly better damage.
Burst firing. They now have a gun that requires burst firing. But no, burst firing for those is, for any of these types of weapons, is how you want to do that. And then what happened with the crack shot here is they took the power of the Free Ranger and they increased it and then split it into two weapons. So the Free Ranger got more ammo but less damage, and the crack shot got less ammo but more damage. So the crack shot was a very high chance of getting a one-shot kill, and the Free Ranger was a lower chance of getting a one-shot kill, even though you could get a one-shot kill with both of them. So it was basically two different variations of the same weapon is basically what was happening there. And for a while, that's kind of how they were releasing weapons. It was every time a new weapon was released, they were like, oh, here's a different variation of the same gameplay style. But that's no longer the case. The skull bandana. Oh, that's right. They gave me I was one of the first people to give away these skull bandanas. And I was giving away several of them during this stream. Shell shock. Egg symbols. I believe this was the first like actual parody. I really liked making this. I made a parody of the Avengers covers, or the Avengers things.
As most people know.
And they gave me gave me some of each of them eventually, and I gave them all away. Yeah, okay. So these giveaways were all for the Avengers items. And then the I didn't want to do the sunglasses like the rest of these, so I worked on all this. Yeah, so all of these were giving away. Okay, so first off, this one,
Good morning.
I have my. Oh, actually, that's not even my. I have a better drawing tablet now, but no, I was playing on a drawing tablet.
Okay, don't do that.
It was ridiculous.
All right, so I have to be careful of going outside the bounds of the game.
The funniest thing is, so I had to tap. I had to tap the pad to fire, but if I went too far in any direction, it would just continue to spin like crazy.
I didn't think so. I know what I'm doing. Every so often, my game will just.
Yeah.
Okay, stop. No.
It was insane. I don't remember how good I got. I think I got like a 3 or a 5 streak or something. It was really bad. But it was really funny. So I tried out a bunch of different weapons and all that kind of stuff. That was fun. I liked that. I also somewhere in here. Let's see. No guns. Oh yeah, this was
Good morning. I'm PolarizedMoon.
So here I was no weapons. I was literally trying not to get kills. I would if this wants to load. No kills, no nothing, just evasion. If it wants to, yeah, here we go.
Oh crap!
So this was a how fast or how long
Holy
can
crap.
I last without dying?
Oh man, that actually scared me.
So the yeah, and that's another good skill to have is to not take damage, not die. So sometimes practicing this kind of thing is really good for your skills in general. Just don't get shot. Let's see. So when I opened up my Patreon for Shell Shocker stuff, 75 team streak. Oh, is this when
Good morning.
hold on. When so there was teams over here. So there's the team streak right here.
Go.
And I believe we got up to we must have gotten that up to 75. Or
up through there.
Yeah, 64.
I guess.
At the time I think
Seriously?
the highest I had seen was like 100 and something.
Oh, and that should be us lost it. All right, we got 75.
Yeah, 75 was pretty good. That was great. 0 deaths. That's a reference to PewDiePie's 0 deaths run in was Dark Souls. 0 deaths. A lot of these are parodies of a lot of these names are parodies of things. Oh, this was showing me how many eggs I could get in 20 minutes. Basically, people had been asking me, how do you get so many eggs so quickly? And it's like, well, it's not really all that hard to get a lot of eggs really quickly. You can get several thousand in an hour. You can get 1,000 eggs in 20 minutes. It's not very hard. So that's what that was all about. Was this one where I
Good morning. I'm PolarizedMoon and welcome
did a challenge
back to Shell
where
Shockers. Today, if I didn't notice or if I wasn't paying attention, if I have to kill multiple people, if I have to kill 2 or 3 people, like there's a group.
Yeah, okay. So this one was I use the gun of the person I kill. So it was kind of like a mimic thing. I kill someone, I use their gun. And I still think to this day that I would really like to have a game mode in this that was a little bit more open. And then you could pick up ammo for different weapons and things like that. I guess a little bit more like a little bit less like an arena shooter and more like a what was that name of that type? Not a battle royale, but there's another type of shooter that's you can pick up. It's kind of like the larger Halo. No, Halo early. Oh, is it Halo ones? You had to use the weapon that you started with in earlier Halo. I don't remember, but I always thought it'd be really cool to have a larger open map and then spawn locations for different weapons. So you had to go to that location to pick up a weapon, and you could play as different weapons in different things. I think I've talked about it before. I just think that would be a really fun thing. So here only the scope. This one was fun because I I keybound using the
Good
scope,
morning. I'm
and then I would keep the scope, so the scope was always on.
I don't have to.
So like everything that I did, as you can see here, it was all scope only. That was a
Alright, well, I'm
nightmare.
coming after you.
It's really funny.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm dead. I knew as soon as...
Well, I'm dead. Oh, man. And then I think trick shot. Okay, so this one... Okay, contrary to popular belief, this is not a trick shot compilation. That's just the name of the music video. I went in and I played for, I think, 20 minutes, and then I just cut it to the music. Yeah, so like all these shots are, yeah. So the point of this was to sync it up with the beat. And I believe I even said in the description, yeah, I don't usually make this kind of content. These aren't trick shots. That's just the video title. Yeah, that's just what I called it. And a lot of people were like, oh, it's not trick shots. I was like, yeah, I know. I never said it was trick shots. That's just the name of the title. People got so mad at that. It's like, why? It's not a big, huge deal. Spooky glitches. Oh, this is, is this the... I think this might be the, this might be when I moved into this office.
Good morning.
No, not quite. But I believe here I ran across where was it? I ran across a couple of glitches in this one. And it just so happened to be on Halloween, and I thought it was... Yeah, okay, so here, I somehow got, like, locked out of my character. And I believe this glitch was eventually fixed after this, but, like, you could, like, get your character stuck down in the... Could we... Yeah. Okay, so I believe...
Excuse me, what?
Whoa.
Oh, I'm off in the...
Yeah, I was right
what?
here. What the... Is that my... What's going on here? Oh, 360... Okay, hold on. Let me up that video quality. There we go. Yeah, so I was...
I'm off down in that corner over there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so I'm, like, right here. Oh, I can see my gun through the... Yeah, that's me.
What the heck is going on here?
That's hilarious. Okay, so then here was How to Be Good. And this was the... How to be good is not how to be good at the game. It's how to be good at being a person, donating to charity. So this was my... I believe the first time that... Oh, here's my new office room. Yeah, okay, so this is the office. The lighting is still bad, and I've got my old microphone still, so things aren't quite up to snuff quite yet. I have different lighting, I think. Yeah, the lighting is all bad and all that, so it is what it is. But yeah, this one was I was doing St. Jude's charity for you guys. It was specifically for Shell Shockers. And I do charity fundraisers every November, which is coming up next month, and we'll see how it goes. This is when they changed the guns to be more like squirt guns. And I actually really like the more unique...
Oh, I really like that one.
Yeah, I like these unique guns like this. These are more fun to look at, and they're more interesting and things like that. I know that they changed them from realistic looking guns into more cartoony looking guns to help with schools, like people playing in schools. So like as far as I understand, I think they changed them so that they would look less like real guns, so more people would be allowed to play it during school hours, things like that. Because a lot of schools would ban it, and a lot of them still do, things like that. But that's why I was checking out the new sounds and the new guns and all that. The new default guns. This is when I was giving away these. I photoshopped. Oh, you know what? Actually, it's something I didn't talk about here. These thumbnails, I photoshopped my logo onto all of these. So I actually went into a 3D modeling program, made an egg, and then stuck my logo onto it, and then so that it was the right curvature and the right coloring grading. And then I yanked that off of there in Photoshop and put it on the egg over the stamp that was already there. So all of these, they're like, people ask me all the time is like, how do you get your logo stamp? And it's like, I didn't have one. But I do have one in there now, and I'll talk about that later. But that's what all this stuff is. Yeah, and then I made this one, which I learned how to, in Photoshop, I learned how to gold plate things. And that's what I did here. I don't remember what skin I was giving away here, but it was pretty fun. Here, okay, so this one,
Good morning, I'm PolarizedMoon.
okay, so now, currently, Shell Shockers has controller support, but at the time, it didn't.
Today, I'm going to be playing the game with a controller. A lot of people have asked me to do this, so I decided, hey, why not? I know that I'm not going to be as good at the game with a controller because that's just how things are. But I got in, and I haven't tested it yet, so I'm going to get in and I'm going to create a private match just so that I can check and make sure everything's working correctly. And we'll see how it goes. This is my really crappy old Logitech. Firing works, reload works, jumping works, and okay. Everything seems to work correctly. So here we go.
So I was using a button mapping program to map my buttons to keyboard and mouse buttons. So everything functioned correctly. An interesting thing that a lot of people don't know about controller video games or shooters is that anytime in any game you have a controller as your firing mechanism, thing like you're aiming, there is a little bit of aim assist, which means that because a mouse and keyboard, what's the word I'm looking for here? The intricacies of the buttons on a controller can never be as precise as a mouse and keyboard. Most games, including this one, will assist you with your aiming when you're using a controller. It's called aim assist. Almost every major game uses it. It's not a new thing, and it's not controversial. It is just what it is. At the time, this game did not have aim assist for controllers because I was modding in controller support myself, which is a very interesting thing. There's a lot of people who say that, oh, your controller video was likely the one that made them want to do controllers in the first place. I don't think that's true. It may have had some kind of, it may have helped a little bit, but I don't think so. I don't think I had anything to do with them producing that. Unless I did, and they want to tell me that in the comments, I don't know. I don't take any credit for, I don't take credit for anything that happens in this game. Let's see. Classic shooters? Oh, that's
Good
right.
morning. I'm PolarizedMoon.
This map is from Halo. This is Blood Gulch from Halo.
I don't know if
So
this
that's what that's why that title was called Classic Shooters. Doublemint egg. It's a snake. Oh, okay. This is the one where okay, so here. This is an interesting story right here. So there was a bunch of people who were pretending to be me in a game there. But it's so here is when they released the Country Singer guns, also known to a lot of people as the snake guns. They are, in general, the most expensive items you can get in the game. Mostly, I believe there's a few that are a little bit more, but there are 100,000 eggs per gun. And up until this point, I was releasing episodes once a month or once every 2 weeks, depending on what updates and things happened. Here, for some really stupid reason, I decided that I want to get one egg, or I want to get one of the Country Singer guns every week. So here, I started uploading them once a week, which was a major mistake because at the time I was doing the Yak Track in RuneScape and I was doing Phantasy Star limited time events in Phantasy Star Online. So I had 3 games that I was doing limited time stuff, and I got really overwhelmed because I had to be up here in my office doing stuff constantly for like 2 months. It was insane, and I never want to do that again. But yeah, so I got one of these every week, and then I got all the skills. And then here was the next egg org. This was another Easter, not Easter. Gosh dang it, what's the word I'm looking for here? Not April Fools. Yeah, April Fools jokes. But now the Egg Org stuff actually has lore in the franchise, which I think is really funny. But no, Egg Org, they put a chip in my brain and...
Good morning.
Yeah.
I am PolarizedMoon, and welcome to Shell Shock.
And then I gave away a bunch of things here.
Dio. Like
And I so a couple of things here. I had my headphones on backwards. I put my pin on the wrong side and I wore a black tie just so that it looked wrong, that kind of thing. That was great. Inventory tour. That was a lot of people were really asking me to do an inventory tour. So I did. And I explained all of the items and as many of them as I could remember where I got them. I have every item that you can buy in the shop, and I still do that. I still play the game every day. I do all that kind of stuff. So this was just a random 50 streak that I got in. Oh yeah, a 50 streak in 12 minutes. Someone, I think that was something along the lines of somebody said I couldn't do it, and I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Special guest wizard support. This was to test out a new map, actually.
Good morning.
So this map didn't exist, and I believe it's actually different from what it was back then. But yeah, no. This was a promotional 1v1 match, and things like that. The hidden albino crackshot. So he gave me this crackshot after that. So what I did was I hid it in a video on my channel. And eventually someone did find it. And every episode after that, I gave out a little bit more hints about what videos it wasn't in and things like that. I wanted to do a better written ARG after that, but I never got around to it. I had it partially written out, and then I never got another item that I really thought was worth putting at the end of that ARG. I had several other things I could give away after this, but I never got something that I thought, oh, hey, this deserves to be put at the end of a really hard game. And I'm not gonna ask Wizard support or the company for anything. I don't like doing that. If they're going to give me something to give away, I'll accept it and I'll give it away. I'm not going to ask them to give me something because that just feels wrong and I don't like doing that kind of stuff. We got new maps, big hint. This was I was talking about. I hadn't slept that night, so I was just talking about that. So the Unz gun, this was telling you how to, you can no longer get the Unz gun through this method, but I still use this, all the time for, it's, swag bucks, and I use that to pay for things here and there. And you can use the rewards from swag bucks to buy premium items on Shell Shocker still, but not specifically the Unz gun, because that's no longer available. Here's where they added the streak.
All right. I don't know why
bonus.
I'm really nervous right now. Pretty much what it is. So it's not a huge bonus, but it is helpful when you're.
Yeah. So these bonuses are to help people with lower streaks, because they're only at 5 and 10, and 5 is really easy to get to. 10 is a little bit of a stretch for newer players, things like that. But if you're a semi-experienced player, it's pretty easy to get to 10. But it's to help people who die more frequently take out people who have much higher streaks. And that was, from what I understand, the original intent of that. Come to Stuff the Rooster. Oh, here's the lighting update. So this was pretty cool. I went through and I looked at all of the. I went through and looked at all the lighting, and they have,
my opinion,
lights and stuff. That was cool. They had like an actual like sun off in the distance, because the planet is lighted as if there was a star over there. Jailbreak. Yeah, I was just looking at all the new lighting.
Torches as like searchlights.
It's upside down torches used as searchlights. Let's see. Oh, the VIP club. So this was a promotional.
Good morning. I'm PolarizedMoon, and well.
This is a promotional for the VIP club.
That I used to play it.
So I was showing off all the things you could get from that. Yeah, and that's still available. You can use the other thing I was talking about before to get this. Let's see. Backward sunglasses, holy hand grenade. Here's when they added the newest weapon. I think so. I was testing
playing
that
against other
out.
people if they're gonna
So this
restart the
one,
server.
is a forced burst fire. The way that this gun operates is the way that the previous two were intended to operate. You can hold fire, but burst firing will be more accurate and do more damage. Well, not do more damage, but being more accurate will have the side effect of doing more damage. But this one forces you to burst fire, so you have to take into account for that. So this was
I'll do as
exploring
much as I
that
can.
new weapon. Okay, so this one was the next April Fool's video. And
Good morning.
so what I did here is I reused last year's video. The lore behind this is that I'm not chipped this year. So they reused and re-edited last year's me video to make this one. And this one also was giving out some new updates and things like that. So this one I actually had these ones be coded. I'm 99% sure all of these codes have been used by now. So yeah. I really enjoyed the extra editing that I put into this one. This one was fun. This was my okay, so let's see.
I'm PolarizedMoon, and welcome back to Shell Shockers. When I have over 100 streak in a video, so I'm like, oh, I should do it.
Yeah, okay, so I was talking about this. People were asking me why I don't record my 100 streaks. It's because I like I said before, I don't record only when I'm playing well. But a lot of people were asking for it, so what I did was when I got to 100 streak at one point, I just turned on my recording and be like, oh, I'll explain what's going on and talk over this later. Because I didn't have all of my stuff set up to record at any given moment. So that's what was going on here.
Now,
This was a pre-recorded segment
completely
of a random public match. And I got to 100 streak and I just recorded it and then talked about it, and this is closer to
this point, 'cause I
this
was
is a
like,
little bit
"Aw,
closer
crap."
to how I
'Cause I don't know about
play,
you guys.
off camera, I guess is what you want to say. Anyone who actually records videos like the way that I do will tell you that no matter how good you play off camera, as soon as you get on camera, you're not going to play as well, especially since I'm doing commentary. You guys, a lot of times I'm paying attention to the screen. I'm paying attention to more than just playing the game. And I guess there's a lot of people who don't understand that for some reason. I don't understand why people can't quite wrap their head around that kind of thing. I don't know. Well, it's just a thing, I guess. Here's a Q&A. This one was really funny. So, my name is not a secret. It's posted kind of all over the place. But so many people asked me in the last episode that I thought it was hilarious. And it was great. It was the funniest thing. So like I just used that as the thumbnail and I made it like a clickbaity thing. I don't usually like doing clickbaity titles, but when I do, it's kind of tongue in cheek, and that's what was here. Mario Kart.
Good morning. I'm PolarizedMoon, and welcome back to Shell Shockers. Really terribly old.
Oh, that's right. I was like, why is this Mario Kart?
Really great for
This map reminded me of that Mario Kart map. This one right here, which is my favorite Mario Kart battle map. Which is it's like a 4 different towers, and that new map reminded me of that. Here is the Team C's thing, and I did that for the next several videos. So I was working with
Good
Mr.
morning.
Beast
I'm PolarizedMoon.
and Team C's. You can see the Team C's logo off here in the corner that I drew on my whiteboard. Oh, I pulled that up, I guess. Yeah, my whiteboard is right over here. Yeah, so then I edited together this little thing here at the end of this. And then I edited the Team C's logo. I remember someone was like, "Why did you use this other wave? There's already a wave stamp." And it's like, yeah, there's a wave stamp, and I'm using the Team C's logo in place of the wave stamp because it's a tie-in promotional thing. Here is the most recent new update
Good morning.
to the game modes.
People must
King of the
have,
Coop. I remember talking to the devs a little bit about how they wanted to do a thing, and I believe it was originally like very, very early on discussion about having it be at the top of every map for every game, and then running it more like the other two game modes where it wasn't round based, because the devs, specifically Slobodan, I don't actually know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Slobodan, I don't know. But the creator of the game doesn't like game modes that have a definitive end, things like that. So for a long time, they were trying to figure out how to do this game mode without it being round-based, and then they finally kind of just gave in and made it round-based. But it was going to originally be more like just one thing there on the map somewhere, and you would get extra points if you were on it. And then that kind of fell through, and it didn't quite work. So that's kind of how that happened. These are references to Have Fun Starting the Castle, Castle in the Sky, and Alone at the Top is I was at the very top. There was a lot of people who misunderstood the title of this one too. They thought that I was pretending to be the best player, and it's like, no, I was just at the top of the castle and no one else was up there. I was alone at the top. So it was a pun. I don't know if it was a pun, but whatever. So here is where they actually gave me my stamp.
PolarizedMoon, and welcome back to this month.
Yeah, so now I didn't have to Photoshop a stamp in there, and that's basically how that functioned. And that's really the only thing I have interesting to say about that video. And then the rest of these are very recent. You've probably seen them. They're just, again, I was planning, sitting around thinking about what to do for this video, kind of in those videos, and they were just kind of, I'm just going to play for 10 to 20 minutes. This one, I was strapped for time because I had other things going on that day. But that is generally how this series progressed. I believe I reiterated this I'm going to reiterate this now. I'm not finishing. This will probably not be the last video on the series. If the game doesn't continue being updated, then it probably will be. But the game will probably continue to be updated, and there'll be new stuff, and I will come back and look at that. Second, no, you can't have my account. You can't play on my account. I will still be playing every day like I do now. But the videos won't be regularly scheduled anymore. But also, if you guys want to go check out other channel or other games on the channel, this is a 100 plus video series, making it top 10 longest. It's not the longest. It's not even, I don't think it's the top 5. RuneScape is the longest. If you want to go check that out, I started my channel with that video, with that series, and I'm currently recording a bunch of episodes for that, around this. That's 400, how many? I just recorded episode 446 of that series, yesterday. And I'll be recording several more today, later in the afternoon. But yeah, if you want to go check that out, that's that. That's one of my favorite series on the channel. The other one is New Genesis. That also can be played as a shooter if you want to go play it. That's RuneScape and New Genesis are free if you want to go play those. I do run clans on both of those, so if you want to play with me, you can go play in those games. I'm also playing a lot of VR games. If you want to see a really cool shooter, go watch Half-Life Alyx. It was a VR shooter, and it was really good. It takes place in the Half-Life Portal universe thing. Let's see. Boneworks is really good. Right now, I am also playing The Witcher 3, which was Game of the Year the year it came out. And then I've actually played Witcher 1 and Witcher 2. I like to play games in order. So if you want to go, you can go back and watch through all of those. I'm just giving you more content that you might want to see after, don't be sad that this is over. I've got almost 4,500 other videos on the channel that you can go check out. There's plenty of stuff to go see. And I will still be uploading twice a day like I do every day. So don't think that this is done. This is not done. I'm not retiring. I'm not doing that. There will be more videos of Shell Shockers, but I also have other videos that you can go check out of also very fun games. Like I said before, the Casual Friday series, those are all games that most of them are free or very inexpensive, that you can go play. And there are ones that you may never have heard of, or they're up and coming games and things like that. Let's see, what else? I'll be playing Sonic, the new Sonic game when that comes out. If you hadn't noticed, I am a huge Sonic and Sega fan. So yeah, I've got a huge wall of Sonic memorabilia back there. Yeah, and I'll be playing, Sonic Frontiers when that comes out soon. I pre-ordered it. Any other general news? I think that's about it. Either way, that's about time I've got for this episode. Like and subscribe if you like the episode. Ring that bell if you'd like to see more. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.